Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Data Noodle 0108. Thanks for the suggestion, Noodle. You asked, when did Google start? Great question, because let's be honest, at this point, Google feels like it's been around forever, like oxygen or bad Wi-Fi. But nope, Google has a very real birthday, and it wasn't always the giant internet octopus we know today. So, if you've ever wondered how two students in a garage accidentally built the company that now answers every question, stick around, because today we're diving into the wild origins of Google right here on Explaining Everything. All right, grab your baggy jeans and a floppy disk, because we're heading back to 1996. That's when two Stanford University PhD students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, decided the internet was kind of a mess. Imagine, there were websites everywhere, but no good way to find things. You'd type cool cat pics and end up on a conspiracy forum. Chaos. Larry and Sergey wanted to fix that, so they built something called Backrub. Yes, really. That was the original name. Sounds less like a search engine and more like a weird massage service. Backrub worked by analyzing backlinks, basically who was linking to who on the internet. The idea? The more links pointing to a page, the more important that page must be. Genius. But eventually they realized Backrub wasn't exactly boardroom material. I mean, would you trust a website called backrub.com with your search history? Exactly. So they rebranded to Google, a playful misspelling of Google, which is a math term for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. Because nerds. Fast forward to September 4th, 1998. Google officially became a company. Fun fact, their first office was a friend's garage. Yep, they were living the Silicon Valley cliché before it was cool. Their buddy Susan Wojcicki, who later became CEO of YouTube, plot twist, let them set up shop in her garage in Menlo Park, California. And here's the wild part. At first, nobody thought Google was special. There were already search engines out there like Yahoo, AltaVista, and Ask Jeeves. R.I.P. Jeeves, the internet's butler. But Google was faster, cleaner, and gave you the info you wanted instead of just throwing banner ads in your face. By 1999, they got their first big investment, $25 million from venture capitalists. Suddenly, Google wasn't just two guys in a garage. It was on its way to becoming the place everyone went to figure out, why is my cat scared of cucumbers? The early 2000s, that's when Google went from that search site to basically the internet. They introduced things like Google Images, so we could finally see those cat pics, Google News, and Google Maps. Suddenly, Google wasn't just answering questions. It was taking over every corner of the internet. And don't even get me started on Gmail. When it launched in 2004 with a whole 1 gigabyte of free storage, people thought it was a prank. A gigabyte? For free? Meanwhile, today, we're sitting on 100,000 unread promotional emails without batting an eye. Then came 2004 when Google went public. They made a casual $1.67 billion on their first day of trading. Billion, with a B. Not bad for two nerds with a garage startup. And let's not forget, this was also the era when Googling officially became a verb. That's when you know you've made it. When your company name replaces an action. Nobody ever said, "I'm gonna Bing that." Sorry, Bing. From there, Google wasn't just growing, it was absorbing. They bought YouTube in 2006 for $1.65 billion. They launched Android. They started working on self-driving cars, smart glasses, and whatever secret stuff is happening in Google X. Basically, they became the octopus of the internet. One brain, 8 billion tentacles. And don't forget the fun Easter eggs, like searching "do a barrel roll" or "askew" and watching your screen freak out. Or playing Pac-Man on the Google homepage. Even while conquering the world, Google kept its inner nerd alive. By 2015, Google got so big it had to create a parent company called Alphabet just to keep all its projects organized. Imagine being so successful, you need a whole extra company just to manage your other companies. Goals. So, where are we now? Well, today Google handles over 8.5 billion searches per day. That's like everyone on Earth Googling something once a day, and then Googling 3 more things, just to be sure. It's no longer just a search engine. It's a verb. Nobody says, "Let me search that online." They say, "Let me Google it." That's how you know you've won the internet. And let's be real. Google's reach is everywhere. Maps, email, cloud storage, docs, spreadsheets, translation, you name it. It's like the Swiss Army knife of the digital age. A very powerful, slightly terrifying Swiss Army knife that probably knows what you ate for lunch yesterday. So next time you type something into that little search bar, remember, it all started with 2 guys, a garage, and a website called Backrub. Still can't believe that name. From humble beginnings to global empire, Google changed how we find information, watch videos, read the news, and yes, figure out why our cat is scared of cucumbers. And as always, stay curious, stay nerdy, and we'll see you next time. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.